Steve Oliver. Welcome to another edition of the Random Sessions 100% Unplugged here at the Hop Merchant in Nottingham, and I'm finally joined by Simon Waldram, who I've been trying to get on this for so long now.
Yeah, well, it wasn't until you up your fee that I finally decided to do it.
I upped my fee from sod all to fuck all, and then you decided to come on. Alright, we're going to hear your first song first. Obviously, this is Life's Forgotten Dream.
Stars shine somewhere in a lonely room, behind a door where no one can see. I know it wasn't meant to be this way, but sometimes the light can fade so easily. To be lost in a forgotten dream, leave tomorrow behind. Scars are only seen if we show them. But was there a glimpse at something wasn't right? You took yourself all over London, then disappeared again into the night. To be lost in a forgotten dream, leave tomorrow behind. Disconnected from the city life, music wonders where you've gone this time. The TV's on, the curtains are drawn, Christmas presents litter the floor, distant laughter comes through the neighbor's wall, but you're not there to hear it anymore. To be lost in a forgotten dream, leave tomorrow behind. Disconnected from so much of your life, you'll be remembered in time.
That was Life's Forgotten Dream, and I'm joined by Simon Waldram. Thank you for doing this.
Oh, pleasure.
Really, we're going to a gig after filming this, so I might actually film that as well and put it on as a B-side.
Okay.
You know. How long have you been going? Because we met, I think it was 2014, wasn't it, on the radio?
It was, yeah, it was early 2014. So.
And you had a bit behind you by then, hadn't you? You had quite a lot of music behind you by then.
Yeah, I put out my first album in like 2009. So.
Oh, that early?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
right.
It took a while to make an album. Like I didn't start writing until fairly late. Like I didn't start writing until my 20s, and then it took. When I finally decided I want to make an album, it took like 5 years to even like get the equipment and work out, because I did it almost by myself, apart from a friend in Canada who did some production and sort of like added instrumentation on my first album. But to get to the point of making an album and putting it together and releasing it, yeah, it wasn't until like 2009. And then I kind of had a lot of stuff to, I was in that kind of space and I'm like writing a lot. So
because you are a hell of a, you are very prolific in your output and.
Fairly, I'm not like Bob Pollard, but.
No, you've got a lot of albums and releases behind you certainly, and go to, I'll link to your Bandcamp in the video description, and also to the radio show that I've just mentioned. That's on YouTube as well.
Oh yeah.
And certain other things as well that you've done with me that I'll link to. Hogley Hustle and
Yeah.
The Maze as well. That's recently been released as well, so I'll stick all those out.
That video we did in LA, Steve Oliver's big porno shootout, big porno smokeout.
I won't.
Volume 3.
I won't put a link to that because it was cold that day. And it doesn't put us in a good light. I remember because when you appeared on my radio show was the first time we'd met.
Yeah.
And I had done some research into you, and you put a thing on your social media saying that you had a plan for 2014 to release something a month, like an album maybe, or one song, or a video.
January, wasn't it?
And this was it January or February when you came on the show? I can't remember when it was. But it was early on, and it had already gone by the wayside. And I just remember the look on your face as the realisation that you were going to have to answer this question. It was like, oh shit, no. And, but you, like I say, I mean, you do still put out a lot of stuff, and you've got your own label as well, and things like that.
Yeah, I've got my own cassette label, Phase Velocity, and I'm starting to put out stuff by other people. So it went dormant for a little while. Like in the early days, I put out stuff by like Halaka and the Four Colours, and then I kind of stopped for a while when I went to uni and all that stuff. But I've got one of my heroes is R. Stevie Moore, the like American godfather of home recording. And I'm hopefully putting out one of his classic albums on my label.
Cool.
So,
You're gonna have to now. You've mentioned it.
it's like the whole one album a month thing again. Isn't it?
Is it?
It's like Simon, like 3 years from now, what happened to that R. Stevie Moore? Like, oh shit! And Steve will like watch it and be like, why have you announced it already?
Here lies Simon Waldram. He kept saying he was going to do stuff. All right, we'll hear his next song. This is Storylines.
I remember your fingers trailing the way across my arm, along the broken white lines that show a faded glimpse of home. Each one tells a story, some forgotten, some are still too clear, like a torn page in an ancient book. Shows that something's gone, but I'm still here. I never told you what they were, but I'm sure I realized in time. And I know have darker days, so here etched into my skin of mine. I was only young, I was lost and confused, and I needed something to control the pain, so raise a blade is what I tells a story, some forgotten, but some are still too clear, like a torn page in an ancient book. Shows that something's gone. Each one tells a story,
But I ask this question of everybody and always get a different answer, and it's always really interesting to hear the answers as well. So the basic question is, how do you write a song?
Don't know, me.
Okay, tune in next week for more.
Alright, so I've got a few ways. One of them sounds kind of like I'm making it up, but I'm not. So, where I did an album called Insulation, which came out in 2016. It's like 20 tracks, it's an hour long. And when I made that album, I had this idea, kind of based on things that had happened to me in the past. I was sat in a hotel room in Cambridge, and I thought, right, I'm going to write down all the songs I want to write, and I'm just going to wait for them to come to me.
So you wrote the titles?
Yeah, just the
wow.
titles. And then that's what happened. So it's like, it wasn't the exact same track listing as what I ended up, but pretty much all those songs, you know, it was just like waiting for them, and then they kind of appeared in my head, and then you just put them down.
Wow.
And that shit sounds crazy, I know, and I can understand if people don't believe that, but that's what often happens. And I've been trying to start a new double album, and I've been doing the same kind of thing with that as well. I suppose it probably started when I did this song called Broken Hill a few years ago. Like I had this idea that I really needed to write this song, but I didn't know what it was supposed to be about. I didn't know how it was supposed to sound. All I had in my head was like a visual image of mountains.
Right.
But I knew that that's what it was supposed to sound like as well. But it frustrated me for months and months. And I remember being in Tunisia and trying to work out, is it something to do with here? And it wasn't. And then I was down in London for a gig to see the Canadians. And it was a pub on Snow Hill. And I thought, Snow Hill? Why is that? You know, and it was really bothering me for a long time. And then I went to Australia. And I was looking through a guidebook of like places to go and stuff, and I saw, pardon me, I saw this place called Broken Hill, and it was like an old mining town in New South Wales.
Right.
I was in Sydney. It was quite a long way away, and it seemed really fascinating. And I went over there to see my friend Steve, and I told him about this place. I'd quite like to go here, and it's like, oh, that's where my mum spent her childhood. I'm like, oh, wow, that's interesting. We didn't manage to go because it was a bit too far away, but he said he talked to his mum about it and everything. And when I came back home, she sent me, via Steve, like a letter with all her memories of Broken Hill, and she included in it like a 4-word poem, which kind of went as a chorus. And I've been agonising over this song for a year, not being able to come up with a single note for it, and as soon as I read that, I was like, oh shit. And I picked up my guitar and the whole thing came pouring out.
Wow.
And then I spent like...
So I remember
Sorry.
filming in there.
Are you?
So,
Oh,
yeah.
right, okay.
Alright.
Someone click that?
I'm not even going to edit that because we're halfway through a really good point.
And then it was really emotional playing that song for ages, and I knew that it had come from somewhere else, you know what I mean? Like the whole thing of like when people say that songs are in the ether and we like the antennas for them, that's just true, you know? So my songs that are actually good, whichever ones they are, I don't tend to take that much credit for them, you know? They're filtered through my experiences and my emotions and my ideas. But the core of them is just something a bit more, you know, ethereal, I think. That sounds really fucking pretentious probably, but that's how it is.
No, if that's the answer to your question, it's a lot better than I sit down with a bit of paper. I like the idea of writing titles first as well. That's an interesting.
I got this song I'm trying to write at the moment, which may never come out. I'm just gonna.
You're gonna put that out
Yeah.
because you don't like to keep saying about things.
Yeah. No, because like,
I'm a fucking jinx.
Because it's just like it's been tying my head in knots. So I've been writing a song called Yugoslavia, which is I had this idea of when I was a kid, I was really close to an auntie and uncle of mine who I kind of thought of as like second parents. And then stuff happened, family stuff happened and what have you, and we completely lost contact. So we went from that really tight bond to absolutely nothing. And one of the memories, for whatever reason, I have when I was at their house was during the time of the Balkans War, and being a kid and just being amazed that like an entire country could, or states could just fall apart, you know. And so I had, and then like I had some, you know, like emotional heartbreak as well, and then that fed into it as well. And so I had this idea of like, you know, comparing that kind of pain, you know, families falling apart and relationships falling apart, to the country falling apart. And I've got my a Bosnian friend, Yasmin, and I said to him, "Is this a good idea? Am I cool kind of comparing the fall of your country to this stuff?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's great. Yeah, you should totally do it." So then I wrote 1,000 words of lyrics, just like a poem/story about all this. And now I have to find a way to put that to music. So I'm figuring it's going to be at least like 15 minutes long, if not longer. And I can't possibly sing it all, so it's probably going to be more like sung, spoken, or just spoken. Don't want to rip no one off, but I was listening to some of Mark Kozolek's sort of recent work, and I thought, you know, maybe that's kind of the approach that I should kind of take to a degree. You know? So, but you know, it's sort of about trying to find new ways to tell your story. You know, I don't want to just make the same music over and over again.
Yeah, and that's something. Yeah, that's something you're certainly not guilty of. Is sticking to a formula. Is it? So brilliant. See, I told you I'd get good answers to that question. All right, we'll hear the next song. This is Hologram.
Guess I never was. You can see me, but I'm not really here. It's probably because I'm a hologram, not even here when I am. Guess I never was. And if the way I come across isn't clear, it's probably because I'm a hologram, not even here where I am.
Okay, you've just heard Hologram. We've got one more track to go. I know I'm a jinx on this, but what have you got the future? What's the future holding for you at the moment? Apart from about 2 hours' time when you're performing at Billy Bootleggers.
I've kind of formed, or I'm part of a temporary Joy Division band. Not a tribute band, it's more like an interpretation of Joy
with Kevin Hewitt.
With Kevin Hewitt and Les Hayden. and our incredible drummer Jordan Ross. So because Jordan is so brilliant, we've called it Jordan Division.
Brilliant.
So we've got a gig in May on the 17th at the Musician. So it's kind of like it's on the anniversary. So it's for Ian's Chain, which is a charity
Oh,
for
right.
suicide awareness. and
Oh,
prevention.
brilliant. Yeah.
So there's that, doing a Joy Division single at the same time. So after Ian died, there was a 12-inch single that came out, which was Atmosphere, and the 12-inch version of She's Lost Control.
Yeah.
So I've covered both of those and I'm putting that out as a single.
Oh, nice.
There's 3 albums I'm trying to work on, but they're all in various stages of development. And it's hard to know when any of them will be finished. So they might coalesce into 2 or 3 things, or I might just work on all 3 of them until they're ready, but it might be a while. So.
There's certainly a lot to be going on with for a Simon Waldram newcomer. So all the links to Simon's social media and music pages will be in the video description below, including your Bandcamp page, which I think is probably the richest source of...
Yeah, there's about 30 things on there.
Yeah. Including an album that I'm on. I've just remembered.
Yeah, University, yeah, you introduced that.
I introduced that album,
Yeah.
Don't let that put you off. That's like 10 seconds and then I'm out. And then I'll put links, of course, to all the previous things that we've worked together on as well, just to give you an idea as well. And it has been an absolute pleasure
Thanks,
doing
Steve.
this. It's a long time. It's been a long time coming.
Yes.
And I know, you know, from a personal thing, I think that day we met in the radio, we did become friends and we had a great time. And I know, and you are quite public about this, so I'm not going to drop you in it. You do have issues with confidence and your ability. And speaking as a friend now, you've got ability in fucking spades. So
Thank you, man.
keep at it.
Thank you.
And we're going to leave on that note. Before we both start crying, we're going to leave with Simon's last song. Seriously, once again, thank you very much.
Thanks.
This is Gravity. We'll be back soon with more from the Random Sessions. Follow the Random Sessions on Facebook and Twitter, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. All the links are below, and we'll be back again soon. Thank you very much, and goodbye.